and welcome. I am releasing this video at the end of January specifically because statistically around this time most of you will quit your New Year's resolutions. According to Forbes magazine, less than 25% of people actually stay committed to their resolution after just 30 days, and only 8% accomplish them at all. This year, I feel like more people than ever made resolutions because it's a new decade. So if you're watching this, I assume that you put that pressure to have them on yourself too. We give into this collective experience of something exciting, new, and feel like we have to match it. So we make all sorts of promises. It's almost a tradition now that before the end of the year, every news outlet is filled with tips and tricks how to make your commitment last, like call them goals, intentions, because resolutions are so over. Be consistent, put it in your calendar, find a support friend, or make an official announcement. Every method seems to be supported by a scientific study, but no matter what spin we try to add, it doesn't really work, and the numbers reflect this sad truth. So, is it our own fault? Are we really so lazy, uncommitted, and lack integrity? No. We can achieve big things, and it's not just all about your willpower, stamina, or work ethics. A huge piece of the puzzle is missing, and for some reason, people are not talking about it enough. That ingredient is alignment with feelings and our vibration. Yes, I will be talking about feelings in this video, and I hope you stay until the end because we will talk why they are essential and how our bodies are supporting it. Plus, I have a bonus that goes along with this video, but I'll explain later, so keep watching. Before making a resolution, first, we have to clarify where this wish is coming from and see if it is based on ego or authentic self. As I mentioned earlier, we as humans give into a group hype, especially if it means that our lives will become better because of it. So without processing our emotions, thoughts properly, we rely on opinions of others, handing our authentic power to the hands of our ego. Ego wants to jump on a bandwagon and do whatever everyone else is doing, like be better, stronger, impress, live up to expectations, please, fight, dominate. Your higher self, on the other hand, wants to make a commitment that serves you and your mission in this life. It does not need an approval, so all intentions, they feel authentic and true to who you are. It's that subtle difference between motivation and inspiration. Motivation is easily manipulated, can be increased or decreased depending on outside sources, whereas inspiration, it comes naturally and with much stronger drive. If you come from this place versus ego, 90% of the work is already done because anything you do won't really feel like work. It'll feel like the right thing to do, and you will be supported by your body's intelligence. So step one is to close your eyes, breathe in and out deeply a few times, put your hand on your heart, and then say your New Year's resolution out loud. If you create enough space and detach from daily chatter of your mind, your gut feeling will come to the surface and will let you know if this desire comes from the inside or from your ego. If there's any discomfort, resistance, or you do not feel inspired at all, the resolution is either not serving you or you are not ready for it just yet. Follow whatever feels easy. It doesn't mean that the work will be effortless. You'll still have to do the work and be an active participant. But it's that sensation like your whole being is called to it. This may mean that you will have to let go of some attachments and beliefs about your resolutions, and that is very important. If you change your mind and quit something, that really doesn't mean that you failed. It means something shifted and you kind of outgrew your commitment. Don't push just for the sake of getting a check mark. Life's too short for that. Let it be. Don't force it in any way and trust your internal guidance. All of this may sound too emotional, spiritual, and like the new age stuff. But that doesn't show this is not true. There may be no scientific research that would describe our intuition precisely, but there are enough evidences that support the idea that alignment with your feeling and your gut is the most important step in overcoming difficulties and achieving pretty much anything. Naturally, we grow and evolve. We adapt to different environments, learn new information all the time. Our bodies continually improve, accept vaccines, medication, fillers. Our average living age keeps increasing. We can move to different corners of the world and successfully change our lifestyles, behaviors, adapt to new cultures. We learn new languages, and we can even live on space. We can deal with a job loss, someone's death. We learn to coexist with our partners, have children, and are exposed to complex environments. It doesn't matter if you're smart, rich, poor, famous, black or brown, young or old. We are built to change. More accurately, we are built to evolve, not only to adapt, but to thrive. I think popular psychology is a little bit stuck on the idea that we either seek pleasure or try to avoid pain, and these instincts control our lives. Even though they are real, our brains already expanded beyond that, which just proves my point that we evolve. Our brains literally grew, and now we have all these other different areas processing advanced information. So when we set a goal, it is important to rely and trust your body's intelligence to do the right thing and stop obsessing about controlling our reptilian brain. Every single one of you had a moment when you had to react, do something really fast, and make a decision in a split second. And afterwards you were like, oh my God, I didn't know I could do this. Maybe your rational mind didn't, but your subconscious and body did it anyway. A lot depends on our own attitudes and labels we put on things like, this is hard, this is too big, this is complex. When we view the world from a place of lack, we are in denial of our own nature that never stops growing. Change is natural, so accept and start cooperating with it. Now, speaking of the brain, let's look into why all those scientific researchers are in fact correct. I made a video some time ago named Why Everything You Do Matters and explained to the best of my ability and knowledge how our brain works. Obviously, I'm not a neuroscientist, but I do know that when neurons fire together, they wire together. If you're not familiar with this concept, I highly recommend to do some reading or watch YouTube videos about neuroplasticity. To put it briefly, the more often we do something, the more our brains respond to it by making wide neural pathways for information to travel. So whatever we do, learn, and think becomes much faster, like automatic and almost like an autopilot. Our brains are fully capable of rewiring itself completely. That is why people after serious brain injuries and damages relearn how to walk, talk again, overcome adversities, gain their memories back. There are also countless examples when people are born with missing part of the brain but live completely normal lives because other areas they rewire and make up for the missing parts. idea that excites me personally the most is that according to quantumuniversity.com, there are no limits to how much we can affect how brains are wired. And to prove that, here's a real life example, Noah Walls, an 8-year-old boy from England. He was born on 11/11/11 at 11 o'clock and had a brain that was developed only to 2%. When his mom was pregnant, doctors suggested parents to terminate the pregnancy 5 times, saying that the boy most likely will not walk, talk, see, will be paralyzed, have mental limitations, and probably won't even survive. His parents refused and said that they feel positive about it. Well, skipping to today, Noah's brain has grown from 2 to 80%. He's functioning, has a great sense of humor, and is a joyous boy who hopes to learn surf one day. Yes, he still faces some challenges today, but no one knows how much he can achieve, and all doctors are just raising their eyebrows. I left the link to interview with Noah and his parents in the description box. Alright, so we now know that we are built to change, our brains are limitless, but how feeling positive emotions help and what really happens that makes all the work easier? Well, while our brains do all the hard work of rewiring when you learn new habits, having positive feelings allow us to relax, focus, get out of our own way with conditioned thinking, and get into a receptive state. It's the path of least resistance when you simply allow things to occur. When you feel good, excited, enthusiastic, neurons are wiring with increased intensity. Feelings speed the process and make stronger connections almost immediately. So the more you feel, the more is happening, which is paradox, but very true. Results show even quicker when work is combined with future visioning. Alignment means that you are feeling as your desire is already real now. You probably heard that our brains cannot differentiate between memory, current experience, or imagination. It accepts everything as a reality. So when you live, visualize, and feel as if, your brain is making those connections, helping you to do the external thing like putting the cigarette down. It decreases stress, invites creativity, and relaxes our body, which is super important because when you are at ease and there's no tension, information can travel across your body freely. Your defense mechanisms and that reptilian brain might kick in telling you that this is not working, you are not doing it correctly, or you should be doing the action instead of just sitting here and doing nothing. Try to let go of those intrusive thoughts and go beyond that daily chatter, because visualizing is essentially expanding beyond that, beyond your ego. Also, visioning helps to prepare for what is about to happen, kind of grow into it, so that when your desire actually comes true and materializes, you are ready and not intimidated by it in any way. Here's another interesting thing. Our brains have negativity bias, meaning that it sees more negative in the world than positive, and in that way tries to protect us from danger. However, we now know that it responds to information differently depending on how it was presented and how it makes us feel, negative or positive. So even though we see a lot of negative, when the time comes to make a choice, we choose information that makes us feel good and is aligned with our morals. For example, seeing, I can't spend on anything because I won't be able to buy a new car, will make you feel different from saying, today I'm choosing to save money because that gets me closer to buying a new car. Naturally, you are drawn to the second option, even though the task to save money is exactly the same. That just shows that wording and the language we use is extremely important when setting goals and aligning with them. Let's wrap up this whole thing and look at goal setting step by step. First, find out if New Year's resolution you set is authentic, serving your higher self, and comes from the inside instead of outside and your ego. If you feel like changing it, it's quite alright. Follow inspiration, what feels good and easy. Second, remember to trust your body's intelligence to help and support you through the process, because we are built to change and thrive. Third, trust the power of your brain and neuron wiring. It happens whether you know about it or not, so make the process work for you and consciously increase intensity by feeling emotions and visualizing desired outcome in a relaxed state. Fourth step, if needed, adjust the language to make you feel positive, inspired, instead of threatened or scared. Write the goal down each day to remind yourself of those butterflies. And finally, make it delicious and have fun with it. Feelings do matter, and they are the connecting link between us as machines and our desired outcomes. The process of making things happen can and should be enjoyable, thrilling, exciting, and we have all the power to make it this way by becoming deliberate creators. This year, my personal resolution, one of them, was sugar-free January, and for me, it was about committing to myself. Not only I wanted to nourish my body, but I wanted to keep a promise to myself and not break it. Really, I just wanted to stick with it and know at the end of the day that I chose caring love instead of short pleasure. Every day I made small choices like drinking a cup of red tea instead of eating a bar of chocolate. And it gave me a sense of empowerment and feeling that I'm serving the real me instead of giving into my instincts. I'm proud to say that so far it's been successful. We still have a few days to go, even though there were many surprises and difficulties along the way, like realizing there's added sugar in everything. So to build on that, to go along with this video, I created a visualization exercise and uploaded it here on YouTube. This one's specifically created for those who want to change their nutrition or boost their energy. So if you are going through similar things, this one's for you, and I will leave the link below. I really hope this video inspired you. It doesn't really matter when you are watching it or how you are calling your wish to change, New Year's resolution or anything else. The time to embrace your authentic self is now. So feel your desire with your whole being and go for it with your full energy. If you enjoyed watching it, please subscribe and like. Otherwise, I hope you have a beautiful day. Love, blessings.